Okay. So this week I had strep throat, so I didn't get a lot of prep done. Two things that are different this week. Your paper is a little bit different because this one's a lot faster to cut up. So let me know if you like it, because if you guys like it, then I might just continue buying this stuff. Secondly, I didn't have a prep for any painting. So we're still doing Fireflies, but we're doing it out of my head. So yeah, just be aware that I'm making this up as I go. So give me a little bit of grace. Thank you. No, actually, we're not going to need our pencils today. That's the way. Oh, coffee. It's crappy weather. I am recording this though, so it will be on YouTube. Okay. So the first thing we're gonna do, can everybody hear me? Okay, so the first thing that we are going to do is we are going to make a nice turquoise color, because I want this to be kind of like whimsical, I think. Otherworldly, if you will. So we're going to take our sap green. That's what we're going to start with. Yep. And we're going to put it. So if you guys feel like you only have a little bit of color, I can promise you that your color will go a long way. You guys don't have sap green? How is that even possible? That is sap green right there.
What's this?
That's sap green. That is cadmium yellow. It's just dirty. You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, so just to mention at the beginning of the class, there are a lot of palettes that are coming back really dirty. So before you guys leave, please remember to clean your palettes, as well as clean the top layer of each paint, because a lot of times what ends up happening is you go from green to yellow, which is perfectly okay, but it's very confusing for the next person. So just clean off that green. And since we're only like a half class today, I'll say that again next week as well. Okay, so I have my sap green, and then I'm gonna go with, I believe I'm gonna go with my ultramarine blue. That's the darker blue, yes. Ultramarine blue. So this is kind of the green I got, but then I'm going to add some yellow into that as well once everybody has that color built up. So I got kind of like an emerald color going on right now. So then, like, once I have this nice turquoisey color, I'm going to add a little bit of cadmium yellow just to brighten it up a bit. That's the sunshine yellow. Okay, so now before we continue, I'm gonna go around and make sure everyone has the color that they want. Yeah, you're gonna need a lot more blue in that. Ooh, that's a nice color. I really like that color.
What about, I have to put the yellow, I can put the yellow.
I wouldn't put the yellow. I like that color. Yes.
Thank you. I didn't too much yellow. Oh, I see
Oh,
what I'm
it's this
doing.
blue.
Yeah. Thank you. So I'm not using this.
Ooh, gorgeous color. I really like that. Nice. Whoa, how did you get that color?
I cleaned this thing.
Okay. Was that your cerulean blue?
Yeah.
Huh. I want to try it again. Yeah. Okay. Here Terry goes doing it with cerulean blue, and she's got a nicer turquoise. So I'm going to do that again. Okay, so I'm going to try that again because like I really like that blue color. I'm going to do my color again with a cerulean blue this time. I just want to test it out, see which one I like better. The cerulean blue is like the baby blue color. Ooh, mine is very dirty. Okay. Okay, yeah. This is a nice color. Okay. So you don't have to if you don't want to. So this is what happens when you have the ultramarine blue. This is what happens when you have the cerulean blue. Take your pick. I personally really like the cerulean blues. So I'm going to stick with that one because that's really pretty. The cerulean blue, by the way, so ultramarine blue is the dark blue. Cerulean blue is the baby blue color. Man, that's a crazy color. I love that. Nice. That's a nice color. Try adding a little bit of this into it for like, yeah, a little bit of blue.
I don't know. I mean, it's fine, I guess.
Yeah, that looks like a nice color.
Okay.
I like that color. I'd add a little bit more of this color into there, unless you like that. Unless you like it.
What's the second one here?
I think it might be a phthalo blue. I'm not sure. It's a remnant of the previous teacher before me. Yeah. Wow, that is a beautiful color. I love that. Add a little bit more of that color into it.
I don't know how you get so much color on the brushes. Like I have to keep doing more and more just to get paint on there. How do you get so much paint on your thing? You like do a few times and you've got paint.
Yeah, because I just really go for it.
Going.
Swirl it around a bit because mix it with this color.
Okay.
Mix it with that brush.
Dirty my paint.
You can always just clean your paints after too. But see how much, because this is the color that you picked up with. This is the brush you picked up with. So there's going to be a lot more color on there than on here. Does that make sense?
Okay.
There you go. Nice, beautiful color. Do you want to?
Yeah.
Okay, then yes. Like a forest firefly scene. A forest with fireflies.
No, I'm sticking.
A forest with fireflies. Yes. So today, the whole game plan is we're gonna do a forest with fireflies. This I want to teach you guys lifting, which is a very important like technique, especially if you want to repair what you've already like your existing painting. Okay, so the next thing we are going to do is we are going to wet the entire thing with water. Clean water. Clean water. So we're taking clean water. I'm taking my big brush. It's just easier. Yep. And I'm wetting the entire thing until it's nice and shiny. It's not pooling, but it is nice and shiny. Yeah. There's no water tension on my paper, but it's glistening. Okay, nice. Wet that thoroughly. Okay. And then, there you go. And then we are going to take your paint and we're going to start putting it into the corner and bring it in kind of in a circle, but like leaving it a little bit clean in a circle. So today we're working in layers. So the first layer we're going to do is the very lightest layer, which is going to be like the back of the forest, because I want to make it look like it's like there's a glow in the center of the forest. And then, yeah, it's an idea I have. I'm winging this, so this should turn out interesting. So this is a wet on wet technique that we're doing. And then I'm just gonna kind of. It doesn't have to be realistic. This could be otherworldly. That's kind of what I'm going for, honestly. Yep. Yes. I am leaving a little bit of the center, a little bit kind of white, but I am gonna go over it because I don't like how bright that contrast is. So I'm just kind of like gonna bring it in into the center. So for the circle in the center, I'm just kind of cleaning my brush, and then I'm gonna go in and just make it a little bit lighter than the rest. Oh my God, this feedback is so, it's, whoops. Sorry, guys. Okay. Yeah, this would be good actually, the tilting technique. And then I'm just gonna go in a little bit darker into the corners. If you have like a secondary color mixed, like I could go in with this secondary color that I created with the first blue, yeah, and I could go into the sides. Correct. And see how that makes like a really nice contrast. I like making my corners really dark. It adds interest. And again, this is just my personal style of painting. You guys are getting like the real authentic Julie painting right now. Yep, I like making vignettes, if you will. That's what the official term is called for them. Don't be afraid to go in like really punchy in the sides and the corners if you want. Like I almost want this to be punchier. So I'm gonna mix more of that ultramarine blue that we mixed at the very beginning. I'm just trying to create some depth. So what I'm doing right now is I'm mixing more of that like ultramarine turquoise, the first one. And then I'm going to add that really into the corners to really give yeah, depth, but also like drama, if you will. Yes. So what I'm doing, the background was the green with the cerulean blue, whereas now what I'm going in with is the green with the ultramarine blue, the dark blue. Does that make sense to everybody? Okay, we're all concentrating. I love that. I think so, yeah. If it's darker, then yes. Okay, I'm happy with that. Now it has to dry. And we're gonna lift. So every time we do a layer, we're gonna lift out some fireflies. And that's going to really, so what my vision is that this center, there's going to be trees. So like the darkest set of trees is gonna go like here, and then there's gonna be a lighter set of trees, and then a lighter set of trees, and then even like maybe even a shadow of trees here. And then on each of these layers, we're going to be lifting out fireflies, so that it really creates like some depth, especially since we're doing it on each layer. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. I'm trying to explain it. It's hard to explain a vision in your head. Plus, I'm an artist, so words are not my strong suit. There's a reason I'm in art. You just gotta get it to your head. Nice. I like it. Me too. Oh, beautiful. I love the movement you have in this. Yeah. Yeah, see how these lines all create movement? Yeah. Yeah, I love it. Beautiful, guys. Yes, gorgeous. Oh, Emily, I love this. Okay, there's white. Absolutely. Yeah. 100%. Nice. So, in order to get this kind of movement, I would go in with just some water and start like circling it up a little bit. Oh, okay. Because we kind of want to get a little bit of circular movement. Okay, so this is okay. Yeah, you're good. You're good. Beautiful, Mona. Ooh, I love this. This looks like there's like rain coming in the background. Ooh, beautiful. I love this. Yes. You said something about circle or something. I'm trying to put a circle. You could just leave it alone. I absolutely love that. Okay. I love how different all of these look. And they're so good. Yes. Yeah. So today's class, I hope that you guys, let me get in front of the speaker. So for today's class, there are 3 things I hope you can walk away with. The first is a decent understanding of what wet on wet technique is and how to like have fun with it and really like play with it. The second, Nat laughing for some reason. The second is lifting, how to lift. My goal really for this class is that when you walk into the future and you make a mistake, you know how to lift it out in order to repair it. Okay, so bringing that up, there are 2 ways you can lift. You can either lift with paper towels. I have a lot of people who dab up their paper with paper towels, or you could do it with a brush. The problem and the reason why I don't like doing it with paper towels is because it absolutely takes out all the color from it. It leaches your painting of the color. Whereas if you just have a little bit of patience, you can have the same effect with the brush, but you have so much more control, and you can like and you can move the color around. So instead of taking the color out, you can push it around and out instead of just taking it right out. So what we are going to do is we're going to do it with the brush today. I don't want you guys to use the paper towels unless I ask you to use the paper towels. The third thing I hope to walk away with is an understanding of transparency and layering with watercolor. So we're working today with more of a monochromatic color scheme where instead of using different colors around here, we're gonna kind of stick with this green blue and then add black to darken it slowly and then create depth with the color kind of thing. So this is a really strong exercise on understanding how transparent watercolor is, but then also understanding how you can create depth in an image by just saturating the color more. And by saturating, I mean more color in there. Does that make sense? Okay. Yep. And we're going to need a lot of this color. You guys are going to get real familiar with this color mixing because we're going to have to, each layer, we're going to need more and we're going to need more and we're going to need more. So I already know that I have to go in and mix more of my color. All right. So while we wait for our paintings to dry, this is a really good opportunity to mix more of your color if you're out of it. Mix both. Yeah. So we're going to mix. Every time we go for a layer, let's mix that green, the sap green with cerulean blue, which will give you the really bright turquoise. That is the sap green with the baby blue color. And then we're gonna mix green with the ultramarine blue. So we're gonna have two different greens. And the ultramarine blue is the really dark blue that you have on it. Does that make sense? Does anyone have any questions? Yes. I'm sorry, what was your name again? Gina. Okay, perfect. The dark blue looks like a black. It's this one, and it's this one.
Oh, I see. I thought it was purple. Okay.
Well, it's just because it's dirty.
Oh, okay.
Again, yeah. Emily, you had a question?
It sounded like you were telling us 3 different colors, but it's only
2.
dark blue and light blue.
Yes, so we're gonna mix these 2 for one color, and then these 2 for another color.
How do I get more paint on there?
So do you want me to show you how I do it? Okay. What's your dirty brush? What's your dirty? This?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm just gonna pick this up and really move this around. And because I have a decent amount of water, I didn't dry it off. I just went right in there. And then I'm just going to put it here, right? And then I'm gonna like kind of use this palette to like scrape out anymore. And then again, I'm going in with wet, and this blue is what you want to mix?
I guess.
Okay. And then I'm just going to go over here again, really move it around, and then put it in there, and then keep on doing that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but it's not a lot of paint though.
Well, you can always take water and add it in as well.
Okay.
So see how if you add the water in, it helps a little bit more?
Yeah. Are we creating a darker green now?
So we're just creating more of our colors. So this is going to be probably these 2 colors.
Yeah.
And then this one will be these 2 colors.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And you just do it, do it over?
No, we're just mixing color right now. We need our sheet to dry.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see.
Hold on, give me a second. Oh, those 2 are nice. I like those 2.
Sure.
Always. This is just your test strip. Okay, so we are doing one palette with this type colors and then another palette with these colors.
That's what I thought.
Yes. Does that make sense?
I did this.
This is a beautiful color.
Yeah, okay.
So are these contrasting enough or?
Yeah, I think they are.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I got it.
someone else's painting who I haven't seen in a while. So is that okay? Okay. That works. You're welcome.
How these two colors?
Um,
darker?
yeah, I would make this one a little bit more darker. This is a beautiful color. Yeah. Wow, that's intense. I love that color. I'm a little envious of some of your colors because they are absolutely stunning. Okay. Hopefully I have more green paint because some of these are running low. Okay, cool. I do have more. What is this one? A hooker's green. Whoops. That's my cerulean blue. Okay, these are my two colors that I'm using. Also, I am like totally out of green here. Okay, how is the dryness of our paintings? Yours is good, good, good. Very good. Good. You guys are good. Oh, it'll always do this, especially this paper. Like I said, this is like different paper. Yeah, it's really thick. It soaks it up. So this paper, this paper is starving for water. So you're gonna add water and it's just gonna like soak it right in there, kind of thing. Also my only complaint with this paper is that it does buckle quite a bit. Yeah, it's because I didn't have enough time to cut up. I know. I know. I'm a mom of a toddler. There's only so much I can do while I'm sick. Yeah, she's fine. She gives me all the sickness, but she's fine. She's like, here, mom, let me cough in your mouth. And then yeah. Okay, so now we're going to do some fun lifting. Okay, I'm going to explain this as easily as I can. So I'm switching to, yeah, let's go with a small brush. Because this is going to be far away, we want these little tiny brush. Because these are far away, because these are going to be like the deepest layer, because we want this to look like the middle of the forest is glowing and inviting us in. So because this is the farthest away layer, these fireflies are going to be the lightest, the smallest of all of your fireflies. Does that make sense? And there'll probably be a lot of them. Don't be afraid to go ham with your fireflies. What we are going to do, I'm cleaning my brush, and then I'm just blotting it off on my actually I'm wetting my brush, and so I'm wetting my brush, and then I'm just going to like scrape off any excess water. And then I'm going to go in and I'm just going to start kind of going in little tiny circles with just water. Yes. And you're going to be, yes, the color should be coming off little tiny circles. What you might have to do is, I'll zoom in and watch what I do. So I'm wetting my brush, scraping it off the side, going in, and then just kind of with the water, moving it around a bit with little tiny semicircles. And then I'm going, so now I've just lifted off the paint with the water. Now I'm gonna go dab off my brush, and I'm gonna go back in there with a fully like empty brush of any color and pick up what we just lifted off of the paper. Does that make sense? Okay, so I'll do that again. Okay, little tiny ones. And the way to make this look more organic, clump them together. Don't have like perfectly spaced out. Have like, if you do the perfectly spaced out thing, that's fine, but then pick like 3 spots and put like 2 or 3 together. Does that make sense? Because we want this to look more organic, and our human brains likes to create order and likes to organize things and like create perfect distances. So again, I'm going to explain that one more time. I'll explain it over and over again. I'm dipping my brush in water. I'm scraping off the edge. I'm going in and I'm just going to do little small semicircles with water, and that's going to push the paint out and off of the paper. And then I'm dabbing off my brush to soak up any excess water that is on my paintbrush. And I'm going in and I'm going to pick up that the paint that I just lifted off the paper. So if you think of your brush like a sponge, if it has more water, it's not going to pick up water. It's just going to spread the water around. That's what we want for pushing up the color. And then we're going to dab off our brush and remove any excess water. And then because it has room in the bristles, it's going to soak up all that paper and or all that paint and water we just lifted off. Does that make sense? Yes. Probably in the bottom half, like all over the painting. Yep. Yep. I would leave like this little spot. Okay, let me zoom out. So my plan is that I'm going to leave this little spot like free of fireflies, but the rest, have fun. Go for it. Trees. So yes. So okay, to explain this again, this center is going to be like the center of the woods, and then the darkest trees is going to be on these sides, and then the next layer in is going to be lighter, and then the next layer in is going to be lighter, and then like almost transparent right here. Does that make sense? I'm trying to explain it.
Yeah, my fireflies, I think, are in the center, so.
That's okay. No big deal. No big deal. Yeah. What you can do too, what I'm doing is while my brush is wet, I'm lifting off a few spots at the same time. So I'm going in and I'm going to lift right here, but while my brush is still wet, I'm also going to lift here. And then while my brush is still wet, I'm going to lift here as well. And then I'm going to dab off my brush and I'm going to go in and pick it up where I just added it in. So there and there. That might speed up your process a little bit. Yep, correct. But that's also going to create that depth. Is everyone getting like small little areas? Okay, perfect. Are we starting to get an idea? How about how if we make a mistake, we can just do this and pick up our mistake? I know you are, Terry. Not worried about you. It doesn't really matter. Depends if they're mating or not. And then if you get really tired and bored of doing fireflies, feel free to stop whenever. Yep. Yep, they're gonna stay white. All right, I'm happy with that. I'm getting bored. Nice, guys. Yeah, no, that looks great. Absolutely. Nice. Oh, I love how light yours are. Very nice. Ooh, beautiful. Nice. Really don't be afraid of it, of like
Right.
going in real strong.
Real strong.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, beautiful, Emily. Yes. It's Judy, right? No.
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. Uh-oh. Lenny. There you go, Lenny. Thank you. Thank you.
That's a teacher in me.
Nice. Yeah, I'm in art education class now, so my teaching style is going to like now I'm introducing goals.
Right.
Beautiful, Mona. Good. Yeah, I'm having fun. Yeah, yeah. Turns out art education is a lot of play. Yeah, yeah, it's great.
Showing them because I have so much white.
That's okay though, because as we get darker, as we're getting darker, it's not a big deal. And then also feel free to like go in even more. Yeah, yeah.
Some of them are not coming in. These are all fireflies, but I can't see them.
That's okay. Yeah, yeah. No, that's okay. No worries. Very nice. I love how small and like delicate they are. Nicely done.
Do I have to put more?
You don't have to if you don't want to. No, it's your choice. You can. You don't have to. I leave that up to you. I leave that up to you. You didn't see nothing. Nicely done, guys. Yeah, I'm going to give us 3 more minutes to do our little tiny fireflies, then we're going to move on to the next step. These are staying white. We're using the white of the paper today. I like need to drive after these classes. I need the time to like decompress. And by that, I mean performing in my car. All right, let's move on to the next layer. So this was the only layer that we're really doing wet on wet. Now we are gonna go in with dry brush. So what I'm gonna do is I'm switching to, yeah, okay, so what I'm doing is I'm switching to my medium brush. And for this, let's test it out because I gave you guys all test strips. So there are 2 different ways, and I'm picking up a color that I'm not using because I don't want to waste my color. So there are 2 different ways to apply brush technique. The first is to press really heavy, and this creates a really nice thick line. The second is to just use the tip of the brush, right? And that creates a really nice thin line. And then if you're doing grass, what you can do is press heavy, and then as you pull away, you also lift off simultaneously. So it ends up like giving you a nice like point. Does that make sense? So let's all practice our brush technique for like 30 seconds. Just test it out. Any color. I'm not using the color I mixed because I don't want to waste it for my testing. Just pick a color, it doesn't really matter. But like try to get that really thin line. I really want you guys to understand the thin line. And then, yeah, just doing the tip.
Going up or going down?
It doesn't matter. What I do recommend is using your pinky to hold the majority of your hands white. And then that way you can really decide how much weight you want to transfer in to your brush. Does that make sense? Yeah. So whenever I'm doing like really thin lines, you'll always see me balancing on my pinky. It A, stabilizes my hand, and B, it allows me to kind of hinge my two fingers and really decide how much weight I want to put down. Yeah. And sometimes if you really want really big strokes, which we don't here, you'll see me using my entire wrist and actually hinging from here. So to get like really nice, if I'm doing a rainbow or something, or if I'm doing really big like swirls, you'll see me like using my entire arm. But that's for later. Maybe that's also a class. Maybe that's actually, yeah. Maybe that'll be at the end. We'll do a big swoopy nice painting. All right, for now, let's okay, let's clean our brushes, right? Oh no, I just dirtied up my clean water. Oh well. Let's clean our brushes, and then we're gonna dab them off so that they are mostly dry. We're gonna wipe out any excess water. And then we are going to pick up our darker green. The darker turquoise, sorry, that we mixed. Our darker mix. Yes, we're a medium brush. Yes. And then we are gonna go in, how do I want to do this? Okay, I think I'm going to go in to the side. I think I'm gonna work in, no, because with watercolor, you're supposed to work lighter to dark. And this is a beginner class, so I want you guys to really understand that. Okay, so what we are gonna do is we are gonna go in here and just kind of start creating some tree trunks. It's okay to go over your fireflies. So I'm just going to create some tree trunks right here, and then like the branches will come out a little bit. This is one tree, yep. You can definitely do small, thinner trees if you want to, 100%. Here, I'll show you, I'll do some thinner trees too. So I'm just, so let me just get some light branches coming out of here. Okay. So then on this side, I'll do like a really nice thin tree. Don't be afraid to put your trees over top of one another either. Yes, what can I explain for you? Okay. Okay, so here, I'll do it on this one. Okay, so the trick to doing a tree, and again, I'm going to use a different color because I don't want to waste that color. I'm going to do that with that red again. The trick to doing a tree is that the trunk at the bottom is always the thickest, and then it gets smaller and thinner as it grows up. So if I'm doing the trunk, it's going to get thicker to there, and then it's gonna go up right there, right? And then once you get to this top, again, the branches are the thickest attached to the trunk, and then as they grow out, they get thinner and thinner. And you can think of it like if you raise up your arms like this, that's how the tree's branches are going to extend, right? So you do one like out here, and then another one out here. You can go one straight up, you can go one like that. And then from there, a bunch snake out. But, and they can like go in between and behind each other, but they don't go really down at all. Does that make sense? They can to a certain degree, but like you're never gonna see like that, like going down like that kind of looks weird. So they're always gonna try and go on an angle up. Does that make sense? Does that help? Yeah. And trees in itself is actually a little bit difficult to accomplish. So good luck. And I am around here for help if you need it to. If you really hate it, I can definitely help you. Yes.
We put like the tree, it seems there's not only branches, it looks like the leaves also.
I mean, I don't have I didn't put any leaves, but yeah, because that's the like the darker, yeah. So we're starting to get like some interesting effects going on now, right? Does anybody need me to walk around? Okay. No worries. And feel free to bring all of these layers out too, because this is our center, and then we're gonna go out with the layers. Okay, so we're gonna do trees. We're gonna do like, I'm gonna do 2 or 3 more on this side, and I'll probably do like 4 or 5 more on this side. Nice.
I won this one, no?
How? Okay. Would you like me to repair it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not good making trees.
That's okay.
But the branches bothers. Oh, make it all cockeyed. Yeah. Oh, I see.
You just need more coming off of these branches.
Yeah.
Make smaller ones. So yours are very uniform in shape.
Yeah.
Try and like, yeah. Nice. Make sure they extend off the page.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Okay. So for our trees, we want them to extend off of the page. Okay. They don't stop in the middle. We want them to extend off of the page. Also, make sure you add variety with the branches. So we have like a really thick one here, but then we have a really thin one here. This one's thin, this one's a lot thicker, and this one's like a little baby one coming off of it. Make sure we add variety in with our trees. Yes.
Like I'm
nice.
Off. Then, okay, like from here, you color that in like first, and then it's the branches.
Yeah. I'd probably color them in first. Yes.
So then, if I do that, so then where am I? Okay, I'll just do here for now. So then from here, so then I'm making that thicker, like
this is going to be thicker here, so it'll probably come out like that.
Okay.
Yep. And then you can do one up here if you want.
Okay. So
and then another one here.
And then cut.
It's very intuitive.
Okay. Okay, but okay, so it's perfect.
Go with your gut, because again, we're layering over top of these. So like this back layer, really don't be afraid of making mistakes here, because we're layering over top of it.
Okay.
So chances are you're not even going to be able to see it. You'll just see a hint of it.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you.
Nice. I really like this. Yeah, I do. Nice. Oh, beautiful, Mona. Gorgeous. Oh, I love this tree. This looks like an ash tree actually. Because like ashes like really have that like upside down broomstick kind of look to them. Beautiful, yes. Make sure your branches come off of the top of the page. No, but the top, they just can't stop like before. So if some of them can, but make sure like the majority of them are off the page. I'm making them all the way out. Yep, right to the edge of the page. Oh, Nat, I missed your call, you calling me out. But like as they get to out near the edge, they don't have to be as detailed because we're covering up a lot of these near the edge. Does that make sense? So as they go out farther, they need less and less detail. I need to mix more color. Yes, today we're all doing trees, so you'll get, by the end, hopefully you'll start understanding trees a little easier. If you want to, yes, you definitely can. Again, we are going to go in darker over top of what we already created. Undecided. That's good enough for me. Hmm? Only if you want to. It's your choice. See how many I have, but like also they're varying in degrees kind of thing. So some of them are really light. You can even add in really light. Some of them are just sticks. This is just a line going up. You know, this I did after doing a really dark one with the leftover paint in my brush. Oh, beautiful, Nat. These are gorgeous. Yes, very gorgeous. Oh, I love this. I love, yes. Nice. Yes, exactly. Oh, beautiful, Emily. Yes. Lovely. They look like Christmas trees a little bit.
It's Christmas time.
So the only thing I would suggest is take a look here at how long these branches are. Don't be afraid to make them really nice and long. Unless you like what you're doing. If you like what you're doing, go for it. I don't want to. I love it. Yeah, it's perfect. Yeah, it's exactly what I had in mind. Beautiful.
I just need to leave the room when you can't see the photo.
That's okay. We're gonna lift again. Yeah, we're gonna go through and lift. You have like a nice like private screen. Beautiful. No?
No.
Okay. Do you want help?
I'll look when you want.
Always. Let me grab my paintbrush. I can always help you. So if we just grab them, just extend them.
Yeah. Okay.
See how that instantly
Yeah.
adds like,
Yeah.
so
Okay.
all you need to do is really extend them. There you go.
Okay, I'll extend them.
And maybe make them like a little thicker at
A
the
little
bottom.
thicker at the bottom.
Yes. And then you're good. Oh no, yours looks like a Christmas night because of the snow. Nice. Add more water to your brush. Nice, guys. You like it? What's wrong?
I don't know. Maybe once I take this off, it'll look better.
There's also many layers going on this.
Yeah.
We're not
Yeah.
anywhere close.
Branches.
We're doing several more layers of branches of trees, so
Maybe that will help.
yes. Okay, we're gonna do 3 more layers because we only have an hour left in class. Trees. We're doing more trees, yes. We're gonna have to add depth now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm mixing the same amount, the same color, but I'm adding in a little bit of black to it to darken it up. Yep. So that same green color. I only gave you guys a little bit of black because black goes so far. You don't have any black? Yep. So I'm mixing the same color with the blue, yep. Yep, until I get the color. And then I'm gonna go in and pick up a little bit of black. Yep, there we go. That's a nice color. And so I'm leaving this the same, like I'm not going in anywhere close to there. So instead I'm gonna work this way over because I'm right-handed, and then this way over. So the first one I'm gonna do, I'm kind of either or, I'm kind of making new trees, yeah. Correct, yes. These trees are a layer closer. I'm making new trees, I think. No, that's the same color, but we added black into it to make it darker. I almost want to add a little bit more black to mine. I love your honesty. So we're doing the same thing, but we're adding black into that color. So we're mixing that color again, the ultramarine blue with our green, and then we're adding black into it to create a darker shade. Let me just check. Absolutely. You don't. I'm gonna put a little bit of black right there. I'm gonna go around, make sure everyone has a little bit of black. There it is. What white? That's the lifting. Those are the fireflies I lifted out. Oh no, that's the glare of the light. There you go. Just take a little bit of that. Just dip like just the tip of it. Yeah. You have black. Perfect.
So where would you on my painting add the block?
The darker color?
Should I make?
I would do it like these kind of overlapping, like in between.
In between.
Yes. But in front. You have black. Perfect. And you have black as well. Nice. Yes, exactly. Yep. There is no white. It's just the glare of the light. It's the glare of my light. Yeah, that green, that same green, but just with some black to make some contrast. No. I'm creating new trees in between my other trees. Yes. No, I'm not really doing any in the middle because I want to make it look like there's like a path going into the forest. I'm like, what is? I was very confused. Yeah, if you don't want to go darker, you can also take off to make some lighter. Are we starting to get some depth throughout our painting? Does it starting to look like they're some are like behind others? Okay. You can add shape to it. It's not done. We're adding another layer. I know I got bored with doing straight trees, so now I'm doing weird crooked trees. I have bog witch trees. Yeah, really experiment, really play with this. Whatever. Feel free to make some of these like a lot lighter. Like I really like what you did here.
Yeah.
And then on the next layer, once this is dry, then you can make a thinner one over top of it.
Okay.
And it'll look like there's trees behind other trees. Oh, beautiful, Matt.
You got that.
Yeah, good job. I really like yours as well. You just need a little more water. Yes, exactly. I like it. I do. Do you?
Yeah, I like it. Yeah.
Good. Nice, guys. Ooh, yes. I love what you're doing, filling in the sideways. Nice. Okay. Yeah, don't be afraid to like bring these completely off the page.
Yeah.
Nice, Audrey. You starting to get some depth?
I feel like I am.
Yeah.
think maybe just one more here. And
Yeah. You
maybe
can
one
also
more
very
there.
lightly, like here, in between here, I would make almost like a ghost of one. Like maybe try this color right in
Okay.
here. And actually this is going to be the center, but maybe on the side,
Okay.
right here and right here, but then also there too. Does that makes sense? Yeah.
or-
Yeah.
okay.
Like ghosts of trees.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
I'm trying the office if I started too dark.
That's okay. Yeah.
Trying to go in and do-
It looks great though. I really like it. It's so pretty. Beautiful. Yeah. Do you like it? I really like it. Yeah. I really like what you're doing here. Like if you want, you could even go in between these trees and add in like shadows of a tree. Yeah, I really like what you're doing where you're like adding like ghost trees in between. You went dark. Yeah, yeah, I gotcha. So for the last layer, I think I'm only gonna go like, I think I'm only gonna do one here and maybe a thin one here. And then I'm gonna do like one here and maybe another one there just on the side. And then I'm going mostly black with a bit of green. That'll be the last layer, mostly black with a bit of green. And then we're gonna go in again and we're gonna bring some of those fireflies back to life. So if you want right now, we can also do fireflies actually. I think that might be a good plan, is to do more fireflies again. So while my trees are drying, I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna add more fireflies. Yep, on the trees, around the trees, everywhere. And they can be bigger this time because they're closer to you. Everyone remember how to do that lifting technique? The one nice thing that I really like about this this paper, is that it doesn't soak up the paint right away. So I find this paper is very easy to lift. Would we be happy using this paper again? Or do we want to go back to the old stuff? Do we have a preference? It does dry quicker. Yeah. Okay. So at the very end, because it's coming out super white and it kind of just looks like snow, we're gonna go in at the very end and add a little bit of yellow inside each of these dots. Just some of them. But yeah, I'm getting snow feels here, and I want fireflies.
Yellow, you're talking about that bright color?
Yeah, the bright yellow. I'm gonna add a few dots around, but that'll be the last thing I do. Do you have the materials at home, Sandra? Okay, because you can always you can fix it, but you could also try again because this is gonna go up on my YouTube. I'm recording this right now. They are, but I don't like it because it looks like snow. I really want it to look like fireflies. So at the very end, I'm gonna go in and add a little bit of a dot of the cadmium yellow into each one of them. Yeah, good. Because we're about to add one more layer. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my black and I'm going to use mostly black with like a hint of that green inside of it. So I want mostly black with a hint of that green. Does that make sense? We're gonna do one more layer of trees. That's gonna be the closest and just at the very edge. Yep, you guys can hold off until I do it. So I'm gonna do like a big one here because I want this to be real big and look like it's the front. That's a weird looking tree, whatever. Yes, I made a new tree, but just off to like the side, just to really bring in like some of the foreground. I can do one more, like right here, maybe. You can also omit this too if you don't like it. What do we think? Did that add like another layer of depth? Okay. Yes, yes, I'm making it darker. Oh yeah, you're right next to the window. I'm sorry? I don't know. Yeah, if I had a heater around me, I'd put it in front of you, Iris. Okay, I'm done with the trees. Nice guys. Ooh, Audrey, that looks gorgeous.
Yeah.
Ooh, I really like this transparent one. I would go in and add some transparent ones too along the edges in between. See how you have this transparent?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
But I thought of it.
no, I really like that. I would go in and do that too. Beautiful. Ooh, I like it with the yellow. Yes,
Because you can't see.
yes, yes. So beautiful.
And every time I go back, it's like,
I didn't even notice it, honestly.
really?
Yeah, I did not notice it at all.
Oh. What happens though? I mean, this happens often when something
Does it just spread out or
yeah, just, you know,
wait for it to dry and then go over the top of
and
it?
then
Yeah. Okay, so now let's see what time it is. Okay, we have 20 minutes left. So now we can add another layer if you want of fireflies, make them bigger, especially in front of these new trees, which mine are still wet, so I'm not gonna do. But you can also switch to a small brush, pick up some of that yellow and add in some yellow dots. And then I'm spreading out the yellow dots to encompass that like entire, yes, that entire area. Yeah, I definitely have like bog witch forest here. This is one of those forests parents warn their children about not to enter. Yeah. Baba Yaga lives in the middle of this one. Yes. What do you think? Does the bright yellow make it really look like fireflies?
yeah,
Okay. And then, because I can, I'm gonna go in and add in some like cute little mushrooms near the bottom. These mushrooms, I'm doing it with the other turquoise color that we created. I don't know if that makes it nicer or ruins it. I have no idea. Brown, purple. Honestly, mushrooms are all kinds of different colors. Orange. Yep. How are we feeling about this painting, guys? Definitely something we've never done before. Welcome to my head. Maybe. Did we learn quite a bit from this though? Perfect. We think we can all lift out mistakes if we make mistakes now? Perfect.
Okay, sure.
Okay. And when you guys peel off your tape, can everyone just pay attention real quickly? So when you guys peel off your tape, remember to peel away from your painting. All right. I would hate for you guys to tear into your painting, especially if it's still a little damp. It will tear in. Cute. I really like your mushrooms.
Oh, I know. I'm gonna see how it looks. Thank you.
You're welcome. Beautiful. Gorgeous, Nat.
Your mushrooms are cute.
Yeah, they're very cute. Yeah, cute. I like this. Beautiful, Emily. You don't like it? No?
Me neither. I'm gonna give it a go.
That's fair.
However, can't always be perfect.
No, at least you learn. This is only your first semester, so
Yeah. No. So
Yeah.
For me, it's about the learning
yeah.
than the actual, like, I was more uptight the last term about my perfectionism.
Yeah.
Now it's more about chill, enjoy, and learn.
Yes. Absolutely. Nicely done. It looks good, Audrey.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, you definitely I can see a lot of improvement from last semester. So yeah, I do.
Well, that's good to know.
Yeah,
Thank you. She's really good at
she is.
my experience.
Oh, I love this.
Yeah?
Yeah. Do you like it?
Yes and no, I can't, the branch at the top of it.
Okay, I see.
I think the branch is around there.
Trees are not easy. It took me years to start understanding how to do trees properly. No, but you did a very nice job, Mona. Nicely done, guys. And thank you for coming to the journey of this class, because I really had an idea, but I didn't really know how to execute it. So okay, but look at it from far away.
I see that breeze.
Yeah.
I like it.
So yeah, absolutely.
Not bad. All right. Really? Thank you. Yeah. I always